brown-haired boy called Moya wakes up in his bed. After graduating from school, he decided to become a librarian. Unfortunately, on the day when he was supposed to start working, his father tells him the son of a higher-ranked noble took his job. Since Nora's family is of the lowest possible nobility, the higher nobles push them around all the time. Moore's father is a coward, but his sister, a black-haired girl called Alice, suggests that Noir enrolls in the Hero Academy. After graduating from there, he can become a monster hunter or a royal knight. Later, walking through town, Noir meets with his childhood friend, a blonde girl called Emma. Even though she is of a higher status than him, their families are friends. Expecting to work as a librarian with Noir, she is disappointed when she hears he can't work there. Noir has a rare skill called the Great Sage skill. It enables him to ask a great sage everything about the world. However, after he uses it, he always gets a horrible headache asking the great sage about a way to pass the entrance exam for the Hero Academy. Noir finds out he can explore a hidden dungeon and gets stronger there. After preparing himself, Moore finds the hidden dungeon. Chanting a spell he found out from the great sage, he goes through a massive iron door. He explores the dungeon until he hears a female voice in his head. Following the voice's instructions, he finds a room with a blue-haired girl chained inside. She tells him she is an adventurer called Olivia who was trapped in the dungeon for 200 years. If someone breaks her chains, she will die. So Noir can help her. Since she can't leave, she called in here so she has someone to talk to. When Noir tells her about his situation, she transfers all his skills to him because she can't use them anyway. With Olivia's skills, Noir can create any skill he can think of, give others the skills he created, and change skills and beings around him. However, the more powerful the skill he creates is, the more his life points decrease. He could get his life points back by doing something that makes him happy, such as eating delicious food and getting things he wants. Testing out his new ability, Noir defeats a slime by creating stone bullets from the dust in the air. After he uses his skill, he loses 50 life points and gets tired. In order to pass the hero exam, Olivia teaches him that he can create a skill called Discerning Eye that enables him to know all information about any creature or object. At the day of the entrance exam, Noir arrives at the academy. The exam is a group task where a team has to collect rare materials from monsters and bring them to the examiner. Noir asks around for teammates, but most of them avoid him because he is from a low class. Suddenly, Emma appears, having quit her librarian job and decided to take the hero exam together with Noir. When the exam starts, Noir decides to go to the 3rd floor of the hidden dungeon alone and fight monsters there. However, he didn't expect to encounter a dangerous, high-level Grim Reaper. Evading his deadly side, Moya gives the Reaper a skill that slows him down, creating a huge stone bullet. Moya launches it at the Reaper and defeats it. When Noir brings the Grim Reaper's skull as his team's rare material, his team gets first place in both him and Emma pass the exam. Noir is happy he passed, but when he notices the enrollment fee into the Hero Academy, it turns out to be too high for his poor family. He decides to earn the money himself by becoming an adventurer. Arriving at the Adventurers Guild, Noir registers there with the help of a receptionist called Lola. Seeing Noir's skills, Lola notices they are similar to Olivia's skills, who used to be a member of the guild too. She gets surprised when Noir tells her he's Olivia's successor. Lola gives Noir a quest to find rare bugs called rainbow grasshoppers. Noir gives himself a skill that weakens the headaches he gets from calling for the Great Sage. Heading out into the grasshopper's habitat, Moya asks the Great Sage to tell him where the grasshoppers are. Suddenly, Emma appears angry because Moya didn't take her with him because they made a promise to be together forever. When they catch enough grasshoppers, they return to the guild, completing their first quest. Lola immediately gives them another quest, so they head out again. Venturing out into a forest, Noir and Emma head search for a rabbit monster they need to defeat, but unexpectedly get attacked by goblins. Suddenly, a gigantic rabbit appears, driving the goblins away. Emma decides she wants to beat the monster herself and manages to evade all of its attacks. Graciously, she attacks it with daggers and wind-based spells, but the rabbit manages to get her to lose balance. He almost manages to hit Emma, but Noir saves her with a giant stone bullet. They hide from the rabbit, and Emma is depressed, thinking she's weak. Using the lot of life points, Nora makes Emma skilled using dagger stronger. The rabbit returns, trying to attack Noir, but Emma, now stronger, manages to defeat it. That night, they return to the Adventurers Guild. Having stored the rabbit's body in a pocket dimension, Noir takes it out and shares his meat with everyone in the guild. As he eats, Noir's life points increase because of the meat's deliciousness. Now that he has completed the 2 quests, the rewards are enough for him to finally enroll into the Hero Academy. On their first day at Hero Academy, Noir and Emma come across a high-ranking noble's daughter called Maria. Using one of his skills, Noir notices there's a curse on her that will cause her to die. On her 16th birthday at the academy, the higher-ranked students in Noir's class immediately start bullying Noir because of his low rank. Meanwhile, Emma is popular amongst them, and everyone crowds around her. Maria, together with her attendant Caldemaine, enters the classroom and starts happily talking to Noir and Emma. Surprised that a high noble is talking to him, the students change their attitudes towards Noir, but he ignores them. Later, a teacher called Elna teaches the students self-defense outside, picking Noir among the students. She challenges him to attack her. Noir looks at her with his discerning eye and sees she is incredibly strong. Since he is no match for her, he upgrades his dodge skill and manages to evade her, impressing everyone. The next exercise is done in pairs, and Maria offers to be Nora's partner. They start practicing, but Maria soon faints, growing weaker because of her curse. Noir wants to help her remove the curse, but the life point cost is too high for him right now. Later, at the Adventurers Guild, Noir and Emma ask Lola what they could do about Maria's curse. Lola tells them her friend, a cleric called Luna, can help them. The next day, Noir meets up with Emma in town, and they wait for Lola and Luna, who is a pink-haired elf girl. At a restaurant, Noir tells Luna about Maria's curse. Luna says she was already asked to cure the curse in the past, but had to decline, even though she can usually lift curses. Looking at her with his discerning eye, Noir sees that removing curses reduces Luna's lifespan in proportion to the strength of the curse. It seems like Maria's curse is so powerful that Luna would die if she tried curing it. Talking to Luna in private, Noir tells her he knows about her secret. Since Luna wants to save people like her mother did, she decides to try removing Maria's curse anyway. When accident happens on a construction site, Luna heads there. She heals an injured child by shooting healing magic with guns. Afterwards, she remembers that she said she wants to remove Maria's curse and suddenly gets terrified of dying. Noir realizes he could change Lumina's skill, so it takes her money instead of her lifespan. However, to do that, he needs more life points. Lola says she knows about competition where nobles rate people's harems. She thinks that winning that event may make Noir happy and getting more life points. Arriving at the arena where the event is held, Noir joins it with the 3 girls as his harem. The host and the audience make fun of people's harems until Noir's harem appears. Noir's girls come out, and the audience is impressed. For each one of them, they win the first contest, but there is still a second challenge in which the girls have to show their love for Noir is real. There are 3 scenarios they have to pass in order to win, and in each of them they take care of Noir and show that they're the best harem. Jealous of Noir, the host gives them a big money prize and chases them out. Satisfied with winning the contest, Noir successfully increases his life points. Later, Noir and the girls visit Maria's palace. Ever since she was little, Maria knew she would die when she reached 16 years. The curse was cast by a sorcerer who was defeated by Maria's ancestor. Amain brings Noir and Luna into Maria's room. After Noir changes Luna's skill to take her money instead of her lifespan, Luna begins removing Maria's curse. After her struggle, she finally succeeds, losing all the money they got from the harem competition. Maria starts feeling better immediately, and Noir uses his discerning eye to see that the curse is really gone. Maria thanks both Noir and Luna, who was relieved she managed to save Marie after all. Noir and his friends receive a large reward of gold coins for helping Maria. They divide the coins amongst themselves and parts ways. Returning home, Noir surprises his family with a huge amount of money. He decides to open an item shop with rare materials. Together with his family, Noir visits the hidden dungeon to explore it and find some rare materials. Visiting Olivia, she tells him to create a dungeon elevator skill that lets him travel between the dungeon floors he has been in already. She also tells him to create a skill that blinds enemies. Descending to the 5th floor of the dungeon, he sees dead monsters on the ground. A huge black lion appears behind him, but he can't see any information about it. Using his discerning eye, he blinds it with his new skill and the lion suddenly starts talking, saying he doesn't intend to attack him. The lion called Tigerson tells Noir he will take him to the 6th floor if he finds someone for him. Noir agrees to help him and they head towards the 6th floor, encountering monsters which Tigerson defeats easily. Tigerson wants to find his elf friend called Vashel who disappeared at the 6th floor. Tigerson promised to wait for him on the 5th floor and has been waiting for 350 years. In order to keep the promise, Tigerson takes Noir in front of the 6th floor and tells him to search for Vashel. The 6th floor is pitch black, so Noir gives himself a night vision skill from the darkness. High-level zombies start to emerge and Noir manages to escape from them. Entering another room, he sees another zombie, but this one has clothes on. Using his discerning eye, he sees the zombie has a lot of skills and realizes he is actually Vashel, Tigerson's friend. Noir successfully turns Vashel back into a human, modifying his zombification skill, and they get to know each other. Tigerson saved Vashel in the past and Vashel became his first and only friend. They started traveling together until they arrived at the hidden dungeon where Vashel wanted to find a treasure for his beloved, but got zombified. Noir takes Vashel to Tigerson and they have a happy reunion. Vashel wants to give up on exploring the dungeon and return to his beloved because only elves are allowed into his homeland. Vashel and Tigerson have to part ways. Vashel regrets making Tigerson and wait 350 years and apologizes, but Tigerson tells him he didn't regret waiting for him. Vashel promises Tigerson and they will meet again and leaves for his homeland, but Tigerson returns to the dungeon, saying he has some unfinished business. Curious, Moore follows Tigerson and finds him crying over his friend. Moore says he knows how it feels and asks Tigerson to be his friend. He asks him if he wants to come live in his house, and Tigerson agrees, saying he will become the house's guard lion when they return to Noir's house. Noir's family is surprised by Tigerson, but accept him as part of the family. One day, Emma and Noir have their first exam at the Hero Academy. For the next 2 weeks, he allowed to gather a lizard mantail, a dragon fawn and a unicorn horn, which are all rare. After class, Noir and Emma head to the Adventurers Guild to ask Lola for advice, but there is a commotion in the guild. Lola is arguing with another guild receptionist called Sarah, who keeps stealing her adventurers and lowering her quota. Lola thinks Sarah seduces adventurers to switch to her as their receptionist, but she doesn't have any proof. Sarah challenges Lola to a contest to see who will have the biggest quota in a month. If she loses, she won't take any of Lola's adventurers ever again. But if she wins, she will take Noir, one of the most successful adventurers in the guild. In order to raise Lola's quota, Noir and Emma tell Lola to give them high-level quests. Luna joins them too. Since she is both a cleric and an adventurer completing high-level quests, Noir and the others manage to get every material they need for the exam except a dragon fawn. Luna heard a rumor about an earth dragon in the mountains. In order to defeat the dragon, they bought spears and Noir gave all 3 of them the Dragon Slayer skill. Sometime later, Tigerson takes the 3 of them to Treasure Mountain, where the dragon resides. I will be doing a part 2, so don't forget to subscribe.